So I'm one of the people that swears by this manifestation technique, which always gives me instant results. So welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you are new to this channel, my name is Clantus. I do all things YouTube, meaning I do YouTube education, and I also delve into online business, and I do some vlogs here and there. So in this video, I want to share with you one of the two manifestation techniques that I always swear by because of the instant results that they always give me. But this particular one is the one that I go to all the time. And the one that I'm going to be talking about today is called 2 cup method, aka quantum jumping. So one of the good news about 2 cup method or quantum jumping is that in the law of attraction community, this is a method that most of them swear by. And I can attest to that because most of the things that I have in my life, it is because I do this very technique in order for me to get the things that I want into my life. So I came across 2 cup method around 2008, 2009, and I thought, wow, this is very fascinating. Now, if you know anything about me, I'm a very curious person. So one of the things that I think I have never shared on this channel is the fact that I'm very much interested in science. Anything that has a scientific explanation, theory, or whatsoever, you got my attention, because I'm curious to know how this works and why this works and why you're bringing it to my life and how I'm going to benefit out of that scientific theory or that science experiment, whatever the case might be. But of course, I am not the type of person who will put myself as a guinea pig in order for a test to be conducted so that it is safe for human beings. However, for the 2 cup method, I feel like in this video, I don't mind being a guinea pig for you in order to understand what I am talking about. Now, the thing is that I want to encourage you, in order for you to understand the 2 cup method or quantum jumping, is that I want you to challenge yourself to go and do a very short research about quantum physics. Now, I'm not asking you to go study quantum physics in order for you to become a scientist or go to a scientist to explain what quantum physics is. But what I'm asking you to do is find a YouTube video that is about 3 to 5 or even 10 minutes long, explaining what is quantum physics in order for you to understand this video. So when I came across the quantum jumping or the 2 cup method, I was like, this is so interesting. But now how does this going to benefit me as Clantus in order to get the things that I want? Now, one of the things that perhaps I have mentioned over and over before is the fact that I meditate. I'm a person that wakes up at 3 in the morning, and for an hour I meditate. I will explain in another video why I wake up at 3 o'clock and why 3 o'clock in the morning is the best time to wake up, either to pray or to manifest. Now, like I said, that is a video for another day, but I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to about 4 o'clock. I meditate, and if I feel like there's something that I need in my life, this is when I slip in or slide in a manifestation for that thing that I want. So now I've found that the second technique usually takes a little bit longer than the 2 cup method, especially when I am looking for an instant result. By instant result, I'm not talking about overnight, even though overnight results are highly possible. But for me, it's always like in a week or 7 days or 3 months down the line or 6 months down the line. So most of the things that I manifest using the 2 cup method always come to fruition in 7 days. If it's not 7 days, in 90 days. That is 3 months. And I will tell you how to survive the 7 days or the 90 days while you are waiting for your manifestation to come to fruition. Like I said, I want you to challenge yourself to research what is quantum physics. If you know what is quantum physics, probably you are in a better position to understand the 2 cup method. But I want you to understand the mechanics of the universal forces, which I usually call the forces of the universe, and how you can use them to your advantage. So before I go any further with this video, I do also want to make a disclaimer that this video has nothing to do with religion or challenging religious belief. This is for people who want an alternative way of getting the things that they want in their lives. And I can tell you, these methods are clean. They've got nothing to do with demonic spirits or evil spirits or the Illuminati or whatever it is that you may think that no, this is ungodly. Why are you doing something like that? The funny thing is that we are using nature in order to get the things that we want. Oh my God, the fly. To get the things that we want in our lives, let me get doom and get rid of these flies. So one of the things that you are going to learn in this video is that quantum jumping or the 2-cup method have infinite possibilities, that things that you desire in your life are highly possible to accomplish. So basically, in a nutshell, what I mean by that is that circumstances change by observing the outcome. You have probably heard me many a times before on this channel that your feelings, your thoughts, your expectations, and how you see things is what exactly will come back to you. So if you have negative thoughts, you have negative feelings, you have negative sight, and definitely you have negativity that you're expecting in your life. For example, like you always say, yeah, Velemina, I know that I will never get this. Or I'll never get the love of my life. Or something like an ideal job is not for people like me. Every time I put out a CV, I never get a call for an interview. Even if I do get an interview, I never get the job. As long as you speak like that, you are sending out to the universe that energy, that vibe that is negative. And therefore, what do you think the universe is going to do? It's going to give you back negativity. The things that you expect, oh, I know I'm not going to get this job, then you're not going to get that job. Or me, I'm unlovable, nobody loves me, then nobody is going to love you. Or me, I don't think that I am suited for this, then you are not going to be suited for that. Because of your feelings, your expectations, the way you see things, and the way you think about yourself. So your thoughts, your feelings, your expectations, and as well as your sight will determine your current situation or circumstances. Oh yeah, my favorite one. People who think that money is bad, money is evil, money is the root of all evil, then guess what? Money is not going to come in your direction. It doesn't matter how hard you pray for it or how hard you manifest it. As long as you have that connotation about money, it is not going to come to you because you believe that it's evil. You believe that it's bad. You believe that it changes people. Not people change when they have money, but you think it is money's fault that people change. So you got to change and unlearn some of the things if you are going to be a part of law of attraction community, especially if you want the things that you want using the forces of the universe by manifesting them. The other thing that I want you to learn about quantum jumping or the 2-cup method is that it is an alternate reality, meaning that your current reality, whether it's unemployment or you are single or you've always wanted to be married or you always want to have kids or you have a bad marriage, if you are going to partake in the 2-cup method, what you are basically doing is jumping from your current situation or circumstance into the one that you desire. Probably you are desiring to have a loving marriage, loving family. You want the job of your dream, or find a job for that matter. You want to travel, or you want to have money. Then you move from not having money and you jump into having money because that is your desire. That's the desired situation that you want to find yourself versus your current situation. So I want you to look at it like a radio station frequency. So let's say that your current situation is 94.7. That's the frequency you are on. And then you want to move from 94.7 and tune to 106.3. That's the new frequency, meaning that 94.7 is a situation or the circumstance that you do not like to be in. For example, if you are listening to 94.7 and they're playing music that does not resonate with you or the type of music that you like, but 106.3 does play the type of music that you like, guess what you do? you tune to 106.3 and leave 94.7. Right? So I want you to look at it like that how to look at the 2-cup method or quantum jumping as these two radio frequencies. So if you have been experiencing a 2022 that has brought you nothing but pain and suffering, you need to sit down and evaluate how you started your year. Were you feeling positive? Were you thinking positive things were going to happen in your life? Or were you expecting negative things and suddenly, this is like waking up in the morning with a bad attitude. If you are going to wake up with a bad attitude in the morning, guess what's going to happen for the rest of your day? Nothing but negativity is going to happen. And you keep wondering, why is everything so negative that is happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? It's all because when you woke up in the morning, you woke up with a negative feeling. You see, feeling in the quantum jumping, it is everything, because how you feel, it is what attracts what's going to happen in your life. So if your 2022 was nothing but negativity, then you need to go back to the 1st of January or the day or the New Year's Eve of 2021 when you were counting down into 2022, how you were feeling at that moment. And this is also going to prepare you for the 2022 New Year's Eve. When you count down into 2023, you need to have positive thought. Believe that your 2023 is going to be nothing but positivity and that you are going to accomplish and achieve the things that you want in your life. So you need to be careful how your feelings, keep your feelings in check, making sure that you are thinking and feeling and expecting and seeing positivity in your mind. If you are not going to do that, then you will be emitting negativity and negative vibes that are going to go out into the universe, and then the universe will give you exactly how you feel. I'm sure you have heard many people say, from your mouth to God's ears. So in other words, people in my community, I'm talking about the law of attraction community, we say that your mouth creates what happens into your life. Once again, look at this as the two radio station frequencies that I had spoken about earlier. 94.7 is the negative things that you do not want in your life happening currently. And then 106.3, it is the positive space you want to find yourself in, where you are feeling blessed, where blessings are flowing into your life, where you are getting the things that you want because you have thought about that, you have felt it, and also you've expected these positive things to happen. Now, with the 2-cup method or quantum jumping, you will realize after I have shown you how to do this 2-cup method techniques, then you will see things suddenly happening. The things that you always wanted in your life, suddenly they are happening. If it's unemployment that you find yourself currently, you will suddenly get a call from a company that you submitted a CV calling you for an interview, and then right there at the interview room, they then hire you because they believe you are the perfect fit for their company. Now, all of that is because of the positive feelings, thoughts, expectations, and sight that you have done while you were doing the 2-cup method or quantum jumping. If it's marriage that you want from a boyfriend or a girlfriend that you've been with for so many months or years, then suddenly you hear them propose to you, then you must know that your faith while you were doing the 2-cup method actually emitted that positive vibe, and as a result, it came back and bounced positively, and then you get that proposal. If it's a bad marriage that you find yourself in, and then you manifest a loving marriage, then a loving marriage is going to happen to you. If it's kids that are probably experiencing some difficulty, and then you manifest on their behalf, I'm talking about maybe like your adult kids are experiencing some difficulty, you manifest for them using the 2-cup method, probably even do the 2-cup method along with them so that they will realize that they can always do this 2-cup method whenever and every time they need something. So when these positive things are happening in your life, that's because you switched from 94.7 to 106.3. That's the frequency that you've always desired. And now you find yourself in there, and then suddenly you are happier, you are freer, and then you are more optimistic. And probably you'll be feeling like, okay, if this worked, then let me manifest something else. And then boom, that something else does also come to pass. And then all the other stuff that you want in your life, you will suddenly be receiving them, because you have shifted your mindset about many things that are happening in your life. It's so important that when you participate, whether you participate in prayer or you participate in fasting and prayer, that faith is in the forefront of everything that you do. Same goes with the 2-cup method or quantum jumping. If you are not going to have faith, then you are just wasting your time. You're just kneeling down and praying and getting yourself hungry for days on end, thinking that God can hear you, when in fact you are riddled with doubts, you are riddled with negative thoughts, negative expectations, because you have prayed for this before and now you already know what to expect, because for so many years this you've been praying for and it's not happening. That's because of the blockages. Now, blockages in the law of attraction community, in the religious faith, it is called doubt. Doubt is very important that you move it aside and then believe that what I am manifesting or praying for is going to happen. Sometimes you can give it a time frame or a deadline and say, by the 31st of January, I must have bought a brand new car. I must have bought a brand new house. I must have been married, or whatever the case might be. So be faithful, believe, have faith as small as that of a mustard seed, and you will see mountains moving because of your faith. Faith is an emotion. It is a feeling. So you will learn about feelings and emotions, energy, as well as vibes in this video, and how all of that mean one thing and how they can shift your dynamics. So if you've been paying attention to this video, you would have learned that the two frequencies, 94.7 and 106.3, are the reality, the possible realities that you have created for your own life. Meaning, if you are on the negative side and negative things are happening to you, that's because you created them. If you are living on the positive side, that's because you created that. So you need to understand these two dynamics, how you can shift from one to the other, and how easy it is to move from one to the other. It's also possible that if you've always been positive and out of the blue start thinking negative things, you will find yourself shifted to 94.7, where all these negative things are happening in your life. So that is why being aware, being conscious, and also always be feeling positive and grateful will always keep you on the positive side of things. So I must warn you, it is not easy to jump from 94.7 to 106.3, the radio frequency. Okay, I know the reason why I'm giving this example is so that you get to understand what I mean by positive and negative vibes. So if you want to move from 94.7 to 106, yes, I know physically to switch from one radio station to the next, it is easy. It's just a turn of a knob or a click of a button, and then you are in the next radio station. However, in the law of attraction, this is where the 2-cup method comes into play, and I will show you exactly what you need to do. I'll take you step by step on how to manifest the thing that you want in your life by using the 2-cup method. So how do you do the 2-cup method, you ask? Well, that's a very good question, and I'm going to take you step by step on how to make sure that your 2-cup method manifestation technique does come to pass. So the first thing that you are going to need is 2 cups. So I know that I have glasses. It doesn't really matter what sort of cups you have, whether you have clear glasses like this one, or you have coffee mug or paper cup or whatever the case might be, as long as there are cups that can hold substance in them, like liquid. Then the next thing that you are going to need is a pen and a, what you call these, stick-ons. I call them stick-ons because they have like sticky part about it that you will be able to stick on wherever surface you want. So the first thing that you are going to do is take one of these two glasses. We'll take this one and a piece of paper, and then you are going to stick it around this cup. Okay, you're going to stick it around this cup. And then the third thing that you're going, is it the third or fourth? The fourth or fifth thing that you're going to need is water. So you're going to take this glass of water and then you're going to pour it into this glass. Because the 2-cup method, it all revolves around water. Okay, so now that you have a glass of water, you have a piece of paper stuck on the glass. Then you will take your pen, and then on top of the piece of paper, you are going to write current situation. Or current circumstances, or whatever the case might be. Now, I don't know what your current situation is, whether it's unemployment, or you lack money, or you are having a very troublesome marriage, troublesome kids, or whatever it is that you are going through, and you write that down. For example, with me, let me use this, even though this is not a major worry of mine, and the reason why I'm using it as an example is because it doesn't matter that much to me. So let's say I use my YouTube channel as my current situation, and my YouTube channel right now has 2,662 subscribers. Okay, so my current situation with my YouTube channel is 2,662 subscribers on YouTube. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to see. That's what I wrote as my current situation or circumstance. I'm using my YouTube channel as a guinea pig. Okay, and then on the second glass, you see the second glass has no stick-on it. So we take another piece of paper. Why did I take two? And then you are going to stick it. Okay, you stick it here. I did tell you guys that I have a problem with straight line there. So you see it's not straight. So here you are going to write as a heading, desired outcome. You see, desired outcome. Now, what is my desired outcome? Meaning, what am I manifesting about my YouTube channel? So I am manifesting for 2023 to have 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. Okay, 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. Okay, that is my desired outcome. This one, it is my current situation where I only have 2,662 subscribers, but I want 50,000 subscribers. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit interesting. Some people might feel it's silly. Some people might feel they are doing something silly. Some people might feel, this is interesting. Let's try it out. And those are the people I'm talking 2. So now, usually with me, with the first cup, now people in the law of attraction community does the first cup in different ways. With me, this is how I do it. I look at the water for about 30 seconds. I just stare into the water. Now, one thing that you need to learn about water, studies have shown that water have the tendency of capturing memories, and also the water molecules do change dynamics, or it gets affected according to emotions or according to feelings. So if and please do that study if you want to confirm it. There are a variety of studies about water basically getting affected by emotions, as well as the water molecule being affected by emotions as well as energy. So now the energy that I have for my current situation is negative, but I do not want you to dwell on the negative. Now you must remember that law of attraction, it is all about feelings. So your emotions about how you feel about your current situation or circumstance, clearly it is not that of joy, happiness, and all of that. It is anguish in most cases. So with me, let's say in my previous situation, let's say it was unemployment perhaps, I'll be very angry. And if I look at the water in my current situation, I would look at it with anger, with such disdain and disgust that I am in this situation right now and I want it to change. And I usually, with me, some people, they will close their eyes and focus on their current situation or circumstance. Me, I look at the water and I speak to it. I tell this situation, I don't want you. You are not welcome in my life. Leave me alone. Sometimes because anger makes me cry, I would find myself crying while I am talking to my current situation, telling it that I do not want it. It is not welcomed in my life. It has overstayed its welcome, and so on and so forth. So I don't know how you are going to do it. It's either way, whether you close your eyes and you only focus in your mind about your current situation. But the trick is, do not be negative. This is not about you dwelling in the negative. This is about you feeling the current situation you're in and how you want to get out of it. So once you have spoken like I speak to the water, then you take the second cup. This is now my desired outcome. And then I've done this, the talking and all that, or you did the meditation, the silent meditation, whatever the thing is, and you told the water how you feel about the current situation. Then when you are done, you will pour then the water, oops, I spilled, into your desired outcome. Once again, what I usually do, I would also once again look at the water for about 30 seconds. I will just stare into the water. While I'm staring at the water now, I am building up the feeling of excitement, happiness, joy. I am inviting positivity, and that's when you will suddenly see a smile on my face, because I'm building up to my desired outcome. How it's going to feel like how it's going to feel like when I have 50,000 subscribers. Now, the reason, you guys know my passion. My passion with this YouTube channel is to help, is to get people who may find themselves in a very difficult financial situation, that YouTube is an alternative. It is actually a saving grace to unemployment and financial difficulty, or maybe if you are passionate about having an extra stream of income, you can start a YouTube channel. And this is what I am passionate about, bringing that to your attention. If you are sitting at home and you are thinking, oh my goodness, I'm unemployed, what am I going to do? I've been sending out CVs, no company is calling me for an interview or employing me for that matter. So The reason why I want 50,000 is because I want to reach out to as many people as possible who probably sitting at home, unemployed, or maybe people that are working, but they also want an extra stream of income to supplement on their salary. Those are the people that I'm targeting. So what I will do, I will look at that and think about the purpose of my YouTube channel and my passion, and I'll be smiling and I'll be thinking about the infinite possibilities of changing so many people's lives. I would look at the water and say, I have 50,000 subscribers. I am changing lives. People's lives are improving because of my YouTube channel. 50,000 people tune in every time I upload a video that is impactful, that is valuable, that is life-changing. I feel great because this is the passion that fulfills me, that makes me sleep well at night. I love my YouTube channel. I love my YouTube community, and I love the fact my YouTube community, it is growing, and I am so in love with them. Yes, I know this is 50,000 subscribers that I am growing to in my YouTube channel. So I'm just giving you an example on how I manifest the things that I want using the 2-cup method or the 2-cup technique. And then once I am done doing that, I then drink the water. Now, the reason why I'm drinking the water is because the entire theory of the 2-cup method lies in the water. Remember, water captures emotions and memory, and it affects the water molecule in a vibe that I just infused in the water. Now, from the water molecules being affected positively, I then drink it into my body, and then it also affects my cells in my body. And that is exactly the theory of the 2-cup method. Now, I've drank the positivity, and then I'm living now the positivity that I infused in this cup. And once I am done drinking, once I'm done, then I would look usually I would look up and say, it is done. Once I say it is done, that is my tiny little faith that the universe is going to move this mountain of having 2,662 subscribers to bringing me 50,000 subscribers. You understand? I basically quantum jumped from my current situation into my desired outcome. That is what you call quantum jumping. Now, I hope this is quite helpful, and if you think it's helpful, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet. So now, once you have done drinking and you have claimed that it is done, then live in that positive vibe. But you know what I usually do is the moment that I am done drinking and then I claim that it is done, I forget about it. I don't think about it. I don't think about this process that I just did. All I do is just clear out my glasses and then just squash these 2 pieces of papers, clean the glasses, put them away, and clear off, and then I go on living my life without thinking about 50,000 subscribers. Without every time I open my app on my YouTube channel, I think, oh my goodness, I'm still at 2,662 subscribers. No, I forget about that. I've always forgotten about my subscriber count. As a matter of fact, it doesn't play a significant role in my YouTube journey. Not like it used to, but now I've just left it to the universe. And so for me, it's easy to forget about what I just did and just continue living my life. Now, one of the things that I've said earlier on, that every time I participate in 2-cup method, the results that I usually get are within 7 days to 90 days. So it can happen in the next 7 days. Suddenly, I might see my YouTube channel really blowing up to 50,000 in 7 days. or after 7 days, or in the next 3 months, my YouTube channel, you will start blowing up to 50,000 subscribers, or probably even beyond. Because I've noticed something, that every time I do the 2-cup method, I always get extra of what I had requested rather than what I'd requested. So me saying 50,000, probably the universe might say, here's 100,000, or possibly here's 500,000 subscribers. I don't know. So I forget about it. I don't think it. I just go on with my life. Now that is faith. That's believing that it is possible that I will get what I just manifested. With some people, the manifestation happens overnight. Yep, literally. Some people wake up the following morning and like, what just happened? So you will see the result that you desire. And you've got to believe. You've got to believe. And in believing, it means that don't dwell on this after you've done the 2-cup method. Because if you dwell on it, that is when doubt will start creeping in. Once you doubt, or you have an inkling of, maybe this thing's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. Don't dwell on it. Live your life. Continue living your life. And when it happens, it will take you aback. It will be surprising. It will feel almost magical. Like, what? It happened. So I also want to encourage you that when you do the 2-cup method, do it once for that one thing that you want. You don't have to do it over and over again. However, in the process of doing the 2-cup method, and then you feel a little silly, or you feel like, this is not going to work, stop. Try again the following day, but this time around, have a positive mindset. Make sure that your mindset, it is always positive, because once you add some negativity, it's not going to work at all. So clear your mind about negative blocks or doubts, because it's not going to work. Believe what you are doing is going to happen. So the final thing that I will also like to encourage you with after doing the 2-cup method is have the feeling of gratitude. Be thankful. When you wake up in the morning, before your feet hits the ground from your bed, say thank you. Whether you say thank you God, or thank you universe, or whatever it is that you believe in, before your feet hits the ground, say thank you. Maybe say thank you once your feet hits the ground. Say thank you as you go to the to the bath, to the toilet. When you do your number 1 or your number 1 and number 2, be grateful, be thankful. You know what? Gratitude is the highest frequency that usually bounces to the universe, that emits to the universe, and it bounces back with 10 times fold of what you are grateful for. If I wake up in the morning and the first thing that I say before my feet hits the ground, thank you universe for the 50,000 subscribers, and as I walk to the bathroom and I continue saying thank you universe for the 50,000 subscribers, and as I brush my teeth, thank you universe for the 50,000 subscribers, as I take a shower and dress up and leave the house, and I continue saying thank you for the 50,000 subscribers, then the universe is going to then grant you the desires of your heart, or God, or whatever it is. This is just a symbol of your faith, the 2-cup method. It is a symbol of your faith. It's an alternative to your current situation into your desired situation. All right? Well, guys, I think I have covered enough of what I do to manifest the things that I want in my life and the things that I have gotten in my life. It is the 2-cup method. I do have a second one, but the second one needs a lot more work than this one. And usually the second one, I use it when I want a long-term type of situation. because that one, it's something that you have to do on a daily basis, probably even 365 days a year, because it's not something that happens instantly. Yes, sometimes it does happen instantly, but for me, I like to prepare as I am living that desire. Because some people will say, fake it until you make it. This is exactly what they are talking about. When you speak about what you want as if it exists and yet it hasn't existed yet, that is manifesting. If you want a Mercedes-Benz, I have a Mercedes-Benz. You mentioned the class or the model of that Mercedes-Benz, that you have it, you are driving it, and literally you can feel driving it, that particular vehicle. If it's a house that you want, see yourself living in that house. If it is getting married, see yourself in a wedding gown if you're a woman, or in your wedding tuxedo if you're a guy, or whatever the situation is. You've got to live as if you already have it. That's law of attraction. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do comment down below if you are going to participate in the 2-cup method in 2023, and let me know what were the results for you. And also do share this video far and wide. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.